Alright, here it is. It's going to be one of the most honest car sales pitches you've ever seen, so here we go. You can see there's a little bit of rust along the bottom. A tiny bit there, nothing too extreme, a little bit behind the wheel well. There is a small little hole here in the tail light housing. All the lights do work though. Tabs are good to the end of August still. Don't know if you can tell here because we're kind of in the shade. It seems like it's kind of a Toyota Camry thing. It's definitely as gold as it gets on the front side, and then kind of seems to fade to almost silver in the back. I don't know if it's the clear coat they use or what, but a little bit of rust here above the license plate. Tires are in great shape yet. Half to 3/4 tread, I would say, all the way around. Air filter is good. Brand new battery. All the fluids are good. Doesn't have any overheating issues or anything. The headlights are pretty glazed over. They could use a restore kit. The bumper cover here, just the plastic, is just kind of loose and hanging down a little bit, hence the gap right here under the headlights. This is my girlfriend's car and someone just backed into it a little bit at her work parking lot. There's no damage to the radiator, the AC condenser or anything. Everything works as it should. It doesn't overheat. The AC works. A couple dents, little dings, to be expected from a car of this age. It doesn't leak massive amounts of oil or anything. There's a couple minor little leaks. It goes through only about 1 quart every oil change, so not too bad. Just had the oil change done 2,000 miles ago, so you've got a good at least 1,000 miles before you need to change it again. It's been running for a while here. As you can see, it's at a good operating temp. Just about 235,000 on it. 3/4 of a tank of fuel, gets great fuel economy. Like I said, AC works great, heat works, horn works. It is missing just the little cover here for the tweeter speaker, like that one. Has power mirrors, those work. Power windows work. You got one touch down for the driver's side. We have leather power seats, passenger and driver side. Got the fuel door in the trunk here. Again, a couple minor little dents here and there, nothing major. Sunroof, that does actually function still. Again, a little bit of rust here on the bottom. Not too bad. Opens up as it should here. XLE, which I believe is the most fully loaded trim you can get. Nice big trunk. Don't mind the mess, it'll be vacuumed out before somebody buys it here. Let's see what else. One of the small issues, the right turn signal works just fine. The left, you do have to kind of hold it in a certain position to get it to work. If you just click it down, it won't. It needs a new turn signal switch. Pretty easy to do. Just got to replace this switch here by pulling these 2 panels. We just don't want to mess with it. The girlfriend, the only reason we're selling this is because she got a brand new Jeep, so kind of just need this thing gone. Got 4 people living here, not a lot of space for cars. Other than that, I would totally keep this thing. It's a great backup car, starter car, commuter car. Radio works. It's missing a few buttons, but it does work. And the only other thing I can really think of that, oh yeah, sunroof again. The only thing I can really think of, oh, missing Missing mirror and lights here for some reason. This one's a little flimsy too. The only other thing I can think of really that doesn't work is the locks here. When you push the unlock button, it doesn't seem to unlock the rear doors like it should. But if you manually flip the lever, they open up just fine. All the doors do open. Not quite sure why it's having that issue, but there we go. Leather seats are actually in really good shape yet for the age. A little bit of rust here and a couple of dents going on at the front of the hood. Nothing too bad. Windshield's in good shape. Wipers are good, or at least they're all right. Sprayers work. The car is also pre-wired for a remote start system. However, the girlfriend doesn't currently have the key fob for it, so if you want this to work, you'd have to figure out what kind of system it is and get a new key fob for it. And here you can see, made in 7 of 98. Rear window works. Again, don't mind the mess inside, that'll be cleaned out shortly here. A little bit of rust on the inside of the doors here. Again, to be expected of a 20-some-odd-year-old Minnesota car, but she purrs pretty good. No issues really. I mean, mechanically very, very sound. It stops well, gets good mileage. Like I said, the tires are in good shape. 3/4 of a tank of gas, gets great mileage. The only drivability aspect that's a little bit hindered is the car sat for a couple months, so there's a little bit of rust buildup on the brake rotors and drums. So if you use a lot of brake pressure, the steering wheel shakes just a little bit due to the rotors having the rust on them, but it's not a safety concern. It stops just fine. There's still pad left on it, just a little bit of rust buildup that should wear off after the brakes get used a little bit. So that just about wraps it up. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask. Thanks for checking out the car.